Well, hey again, everyone. This is Bob from Bossrox DIY Solar, and this is going to be a controversial video for a lot of people. I don't use any BMSs whatsoever on my battery banks. And there's good reasons for that because I've got 100 kilowatts of power, and I'm never short on power. At most, I might use a quarter of my power overnight. So I've always got plenty of reserve, and only if we have a really long string of really bad overcast days will I ever get close to being down to next to nothing. So that rarely ever happens. And besides that, I've got a generator to back me up in case it does. But anyways, the reason why I don't have the BMSs on there is because I'm not worried about overcharging my batteries because I've got my chargers set so that they don't charge the cells above 3.45 volts per cell, and that's real important, and I'll tell you why. First of all, let me tell you that I've got a couple stories here for you. A friend of mine a couple months back called me up and said one of his 4 lithium banks exploded, and I said, he thought it might be the charger, and I wasn't sure because I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but my suspicion is that the BMS went rogue on that particular battery bank and allowed the cell to get above 3.65 volts. And then just recently on YouTube, I saw a fireman. He had a friend of his with the solar system in an outbuilding, meticulously built, extra thick walls, insulation, well sealed, climate controlled. The system itself was put in meticulously. I mean, everything was done absolutely perfect. And he had those nice rack system batteries. So anyways, he comes home one day and his outbuilding is shattered into a million pieces. I mean, it just exploded. So my guess is, first of all, he had his chargers probably set in the lithium setting, which I think most of you people probably are doing yourself. And now I would advise strongly against setting your chargers in the lithium setting because, first of all, it's trying to charge your batteries all the way up to the full 3.65 volts per cell. Okay, now that's okay, but I think it'll cut the lifespan of your lithium batteries if you keep on charging them that high. But nonetheless, what probably happened is the BMS went rogue and it malfunctioned. And it allowed the cell voltage to get above 3.65, which caused the sacs inside the cell to expand and probably rupture and broke the seal on the cells there and allowed the gases on the inside to escape. And what I didn't know at the time, until just recently, is that those gases contain hydrogen. Okay? So hydrogen gas is probably one of the most explosive gases known to man. So if you got hydrogen leaking out of your cells into a well-sealed building, and with all the electronics and everything running in there, it's not going to take long for a spark to happen and blow that building to pieces. So this is what I do. Now I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've sat here and I've meticulously watched my system charge and discharge, and everything else that has to do with this system. I'm just sitting here just monitoring everything, see how everything works, so I get a better understanding of how everything works together. But I'll tell you this, for those of you who don't know, there's knee points on your lithium batteries. There's a low knee point and a high knee point, and what that is the cell voltage from the top to the bottom. Now down at the bottom knee, it's about 3.15 volts. From that point down, your batteries will discharge very, very quickly. At the upper end, it's about 3.45 volts per cell. And at that point, your batteries will charge very quickly. And that's where the problem is if you have your charger set in the lithium setting, those batteries are going to charge very quick after 3.45 volts. And if you've got a BMS that's malfunctioning and allowing a cell to go past 3.65, you're going to have that problem. And that fireman also said that was just one case he was telling me about. He says there's many other cases just like that that go unreported. So apparently this is happening to a lot of other people. So the way to get around that is set your chargers in user mode. Don't ever set your chargers in the lithium setting. Put it in the user mode and set it for 3.45 volts per cell. Okay. Now, and that's one of the reasons why I can get away with not having a BMS, because I'm not worried about whether I'm going to go above 3.65 because my chargers are set at 3.45. So they'll never go above 3.45. And if you have a good set of matched cells, you'll notice that between both knees, the variance in cell voltage will be very minimal in between those 2 points. Once you go past it, the knee and below the knee, you'll notice that the cell voltages start swinging dramatically. So there's where the problem, I think, was BMS. In all these cases, it probably is that the BMSs went rogue and allowed the cells to get above 3.65. So to me, I don't think that the BMS is actually necessary unless you've got so few that you have to worry about depleting your battery so low that you'll take them down to nothing and damage them that way. But so anyways, that's the reason why I don't use BMSs. And the other thing I learned too, because I didn't know this, is that when the vents pop on these batteries, they put out hydrogen gas. That was one thing I didn't know. So right after I learned that, I went and got me a hydrogen sensor, and I put one in right there. And it's not only good for hydrogen, believe it or not. It'll detect any other gas, propane, butane, any volatile gas. It'll pick it up. And I'll give you an example here. I got this little stick lighter here, and I'll just stick it there and let it put out some gas. Yeah, see. So if you got propane in your shed too, it's good for that. So there you go, guys. That's my advice on setting up your battery banks. You can take it or leave it, but that's the way I do it, and I stand by it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below.